Alhamdulillah wa salatu wa salam ala rasulillah ma ba'd. My brothers and sisters, we are still receiving people asking and giving feedback and sometimes even complaining that the mosques are still closed. Why are they still closed? We should open the mosque and we should be establishing salawat in the mosques. And it is not from the action of the Salaf that they used to close the mosques in pandemics. Therefore, we are doing something which is incorrect or something that needs to be reviewed. Now, we have previously stated that at the time of Umar radiallahu anh, they had the ta'un of Amwas, and Amr ibn As came to the decision that they need to leave the urban areas and they need to go into the suburban areas, and from that we can also deduce that the mosques in the urban areas were left closed, and Umar radiallahu anh approved of that. And we also know historically, and we mentioned this before in khutbahs and lectures, Imam al-Dhahabi rahimahullah said that there was once a plague and a pandemic that was so bad that there was a lockdown and all the mosques were closed because so many people were dying. So historically, for us to say that the Salaf didn't close the doors is wrong in itself. That's point number one. But I just want to play this clip very quickly here of our Sheikh Muhammad al-Uthaymeen rahimahullah.
أراد المؤلف رحمه الله أن يبين أن إغلاق المساجد والكعبة وما أشبه ذلك للحاجة لا بأس به، ولا يقال إن هذا من منع مساجد الله أن يذكر فيها اسمه، لأن هذا لمصلحة أو لحاجة أو لضرورة أحيانا، فلا حرج.
Rahimahullah, the Shaykh said that it is permissible for us to lock the doors of the Kaaba and the Masajid in order for there to be a greater benefit. There's a greater benefit involved in order for us to achieve that greater benefit, or if there is an absolute necessity, then we are allowed to lock the doors of the mosques, and it doesn't fall under what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala describes in the ayah of those people who prevented people, they oppressively prevented people from going to the mosques and establishing the name of Allah and remembering Allah therein. Now here is a book which is called Ahkam al-Masajid fi Sharia al-Islamiyya, the rulings of the Masjid, the Masajid in Islamic Sharia, and it's been authored by Ibrahim ibn Salih al-Khudayri, Sheikh, and it's been printed and distributed by the Ministry of Islamic Affairs in Saudi Arabia. Now he's got a book and it's very extensive. He's talking about many different masail and issues and ahkam connected to the masjid, and in this he actually has a chapter where he discusses, and this is not found at the time of the Salaf, at the time of the companions should I say, that the masajid had doors. And it's been narrated from more than one of the Salaf who said that لو رأيت مساجد Ibn Abbas وأبوابها, had Ibn Abbas radiallahu anh had seen the masajid with doors, perhaps he would have disliked it. And we find similar statements from the companions that they didn't have doors in their masajid. However, later on it became acceptable that the masajid needed doors, and it became one of those things which became common knowledge between the ulama. Then another mas'ala came off this one, which is, are we then allowed to lock the doors of the masajid? Now the majority of ulama have said if there is a fear for the well-being of the mosque, then the masajid should be locked and closed. The Hanafis have said that the masajid should always stay open, even if there is a fear. The masajid should always stay open, and we should think of a way of making sure that that doesn't come about. And the ayah that they quoted from Surah Al-Baqarah, and this is part of their dalil, وَمَنْ أَظْلَمُ مِمَّنْ مَنَعَ مَسَاجِدَ اللَّهِ أَنْ يُذْكَرَ فِيهَا اسْمُهُ, who is more oppressive than those people who stop people from coming to the house of Allah so that Allah's name will be mentioned therein. Now the majority of ulama have said no, we've not understood this ayah to mean that we can't close the doors for the masajid, and this has been taken by Ibn Muflih rahimahullah in his Al-Furu', and he states that the majority of the ulama have said that if we fear that foolish people are going to come to the mosque, or people carrying some kind of najasa, and they're going to come and open this kind of fitna and bring it into the mosque, and by leaving the masjid open, we are making the mosque susceptible for some kind of pollution or uncleanliness of the mosque, or something which doesn't befit the mosque to have, then in actual fact we must actually then close the doors of the masajid. It says يجوز إغلاق أبواب المساجد. Then it becomes permissible for us to close the doors of the mosque. So this is very important because, like I said, we still have people suggesting that we open the doors of the mosque and we establish the salah. We also find people establishing the 5 daily prayers and the Jumu'ah prayers in secret. However, the opinion of the majority, and this seems to be the correct opinion in light of the evidences from the Quran, from the events of Umar radiallahu anh, and as we have seen also historically, and we have Shaykh Muhammad al-Uthaymeen rahimahullah, and we have the majority of them here saying that the masajid should be closed. But for what reason? Do we understand that we are preventing people from coming to the mosque? The answer is no. The reason why we want to close the masajid is in order to preserve the masjid and those people who want to worship Allah therein for their own well-being. We ask Allah to facilitate our affairs and that He opens our masajid for us sooner rather than later. هذا والله أعلم وصلى الله على نبينا محمد.